And welcome to 520 Sports Talk. We are here at Frog and Firkin, right in the middle of University Main Gate Square. This place is packed. This is Tucson Rebels. You guys know how to represent. So it's going to be a great show. We have 3 teams, 10U, 12U, and 14U on the show tonight. We've got board members up here. We're going to have coaches up here, and obviously the players from all 3 teams. So buckle up. It's going to be a great show. Tell your friends and family to tune to 520 Sports Talk on the Facebook page. Before we get started, let's pay a couple of bills here. Simply Noted, mixing modern marketing techniques with an old-school personal touch. Expand your business footprint by going to simplynoted.com. This is owned by Ricky Elmore, who played linebacker at the U of A. If you have a small business and you want to attract more customers, definitely go to this. He uses all the social media outlets. And heating, where your comfort is our only concern. Give them a call, 520-323-0008. It's the last part of the year. This is the worst part of the year you want your air conditioner to go out. So definitely get it checked out. Frog and Firkin, like I said, there's something always going on at the Frog. Our show, they've got karaoke on Wednesday night. They've got live music. And, of course, they've got sports 7 days, 7 nights a week. Also, if you would go to the Arizona Daily Star and vote for Frog and Firkin. They were voted the best pizza in Tucson last year, the best outside dining, and the best family-owned restaurant. Please help them continue to be the best in Tucson. So go to the Daily Star for the Reader's Choice and vote for Frog and Firkin. Thank you, Garrett and Jody. Bianchi's Italian, 2 locations serving authentic Italian food. Whole organization on the show, so thanks for being a part of 520 Sports Talk. Why don't we start with you? Give us your name and what you do in the organization.
My name is Kelly Wild. I'm currently on the board of the Rebels organization, and I have a daughter on the 10U team and a daughter on the 12U team.
Hi, I'm Rich Goodell, so also on the board. I'm one of the 14U coaches, and I too have a daughter on the 14U team.
Hi, I'm Leah Walker, and coach's wife. I'm also on the board member, and my daughter's on the 14U team.
That's the one that's throwing the no-hitters, right?
That's the one that's
I
doing the
definitely
no-hitters.
want to talk to her.
My name's Trisha Stan. I am a coach on the 14U team. Obviously, we do have vested interest because we do have daughters out there as well, and they're quite a motivator to begin with. But we just wanted to give an opportunity to Tucson's girls to play softball.
I think girls sports is really starting to come around at every level now. I don't know when the pay will equal out. It's going to take some time for that. But at this level, the fun and letting them know that you can still be girly but play sports, I think is that something that you guys kind of preach out there or talk to them about? Because sometimes girls don't want to play sports because they don't think it's girly.
They might have to get dirty.
Well, I will say the Rebels are very fortunate. So we have collegiate athletes.
You know, either you're going to be a girly or you're going to be an athlete, and they didn't cross the line too much. I'm glad that they got some role models out there coming out to show them that that's the way that you can have it all. I mean, you can do all the things that you want to do and still be fine with yourself. So that's fantastic that you guys have stepped up and done that.
I want to know where you guys played softball.
I played college basketball.
Hey, where?
Tulane.
Tulane, all right.
Yeah.
Green Wave?
Green Wave.
I played college softball up at Regis University in Denver, Colorado.
Okay, cool.
Cold. Anybody says Denver, it just reminds me of cold.
Also a state champion. So she's a state champion at South Point as well.
Is there a phone number they can call if they want to get their kids involved in? And then just kind of tell us, the youngest age group up to the oldest age group on teams that you guys field.
Sure. So several avenues. TucsonRebelFastPitch.com is probably the easiest. It's got the contact information for the boards. We're also on Facebook, and we're active posting in Tucson Softball Chatter, so we're active community.
That's where I found you.
And believe it or not, so we're always posting to hiring girls. We're not hiring girls, but we're looking for girls who are interested. We make available our code of conduct, our handbook, and really start there because it kind of gives an overview of what the organization is about. Softball is really second. It's academics, it's family, it's how the parents integrate into the team. We look at all that. From the skill level, but what I would say, it would be a coach's community decision. So the coaches will evaluate independently, and if someone has that ability to do that, we'd definitely consider it. We do have 5 girls who play on the 14U team or are 12U eligible, but these 5 girls put in a lot of hard work. They face great competition up and down the ladder, and they hold their own. So we're always impressed and surprised that when you challenge these young ladies, they will rise to the challenge no matter where they're at.
But you don't do the reverse, correct? You can't be 12 and play 10.
No.
Right, okay.
No, that's good. Just quickly, I want to welcome Sherry Nadine, who is the National Director of College Sports Advocate. They are watching the show tonight. in particular your daughter? Let's talk about parents. Now, I coached basketball. I quit coaching basketball because of the parents. I love the kids. The parents, to be honest with you, are a pain in the ass. There's good parents, there's bad parents. One thing that College Sport Advocate, other scouting services, even scouts from colleges, they recruit the parents. They've told me, if we see the parents in the stands yelling at the umpires and getting all crazy, that doesn't look good. We may or may not talk to the player. Okay, so a lot of parents don't realize that. Yes, be involved with your team, be involved with your kids, but also be professional, just like you would in a business setting, where every kid is not going to be the next Jenny Finch. Then that's you guys' job to develop talent.
As a family, I think that they support us 1,001%. When you speak to as when we look for girls, we also look for the buy-in for the parents too. It's important for the kids to have a buy-in, but it's just as important to have the parents buy-in because they're trusting us with their daughters.
So true.
3, 4, 5, 6 times, sometimes 6 out of 7 days a week if we're playing tournaments. So it's a credit to the parents to give us that much trust in their child, with their child, excuse me. But when you look at the girl trying out, you also see the interaction with the parents. What are they bringing to the table? But I can speak to our parents and how.
Hey, judgment call, let it go. Cheer for both teams. That's what we expect out of this organization. That's what we expect out of all the parents, and they do a great job.
I think our parents really take the idea of being a role model for their child to heart as well, which is fantastic because really you are your best child's role model. So.
Well, that's all great. Those are all great points.
I wouldn't expect you guys to say anything different. It can be very difficult dealing with parents when my daughter is the best. I know she's the best, but for some reason she's not starting. That can cause a situation. But if you got the buy-in that you're saying, sometimes they just need to take a step back and realize that she may not be the best, maybe one of the best. It can be difficult from that standpoint. And the other thing is when you're in the stand,
and they do better. And
Right.
for me as a parent, I would much rather have my child go up to the coach and say, hey, coach, what can I do better so I can start at third base? Coach, what can I do better so I can hit up in the lineup? But our coaches do an incredible job of communicating with the girls, not just when they ask questions, but also, hey, this is what I'm seeing from you, and these are areas you can improve. And our girls are very, very coachable. 99% of the time, they are very, very coachable that they do that. So I appreciate what the coaches have done and fostered an environment where the girls can feel comfortable coming to their coaches. Because we've all played for coaches where you're like, I am never talking to that coach ever. Like,
Yeah.
no way. I'll just, they're crazy. So
Well, that's the number one thing that a lot of people don't understand. You can have all the talent in the world.
I say as coaches, as as board members, teammates and stuff. Have any of you ever coached boys and girls? I mean, can you kind of tell us the difference in your eyes?
yes. Once upon a time,
Big difference.
I coached my nephew's Little League team with my
Okay.
father, and it was a completely different environment. It was the boys were at practice, you'd run a drill, they would be half there, they'd come to games and just bring it. And then girls are there, they want to learn drills, they're sponges, and then game time, you have to keep encouraging them to keep that competitive spirit. So it is very different, I think, for boys and girls in the way they learn, and that's good because it would be awfully boring if it were they were all the same.
Yeah, I think for me, it was all
It's that separation of fact versus feeling.
You're absolutely right.
Being a football player, you kind of can get in their face.
Something I do want to say as far as that goes, though, I think a lot of girls, when looking for how to be coached, I think some coaches, if they've never coached girls before, they think, like, gosh, do I approach them differently? And in
Exactly.
some sense,
That's a great point.
Some extent, yes, but I think all girls, they want to be coached as an athlete and not a girl. I think some, maybe, I don't know if Rich, as a male coaching girls, maybe not knowing how to get through to girls like you would think a female would. I think what these girl athletes are looking for is to be
Their club or go to their school teams like in January. What message do you give your kids, even from the beginning 10U all the way up to 14U, on the importance of being a student athlete?
Well, I know for a fact that we have multiple honor society students, National Junior Honor Society students Trish was actually a teacher for St. Cyril's, so the academics and the encouragement that they get from the parent base that we have. Academics are first. We have kids who do multiple things, whether it's student council, whether it's just,
Nowadays we all played sports within season. There was no club, there was no AAU. Now it's kind of sports specific, so it's a little bit different atmosphere with kids playing sports these days, where they concentrate on one sport as opposed to playing multiple sports like we all did. So school still has to be first and foremost. College scholarships are $80,000 to $100,000 a year. You guys know that. Depending on what school you go to, they're not going to even look at a fringe student that's getting C's and D's and stuff like that. So that's good. I really appreciate you guys, pushing the academic part of the team, within the softball.
I think you guys are doing a fantastic job, and the
new team, and we're going to do our best.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. And I guess the 10U is going to come up first.
Can we bring the
We'll do it from youngest to oldest.
Yeah, can we bring the coaches?
Oh yeah, definitely. I thought you guys were doing everything. You guys had the best answers. Thank you.
Yeah, you coach though, right?
I do coach.
Okay, so you stay.
All right, so while we're switching up, let's go back to our sponsors. Arizona Native Landscaping, design, installation, and maintenance. These guys do it all. Whether you want low water plants, desert plants, native plants, or if you want to have the green look in your backyard with turf, but don't want the maintenance of real grass, they definitely do the turf. It's great. You can putt on it. You can play football on it. Crab shrimp, it's to die for. And we might try something new there. They have dart leagues there with steel darts and nylon darts. We may do a dart show there. We were talking about that on the way to the show tonight. Excuse me. 520 Sports Talk, we're always on the cutting edge of sports. So, all right, we got a crowd up here. I like it. So you guys share the mics. We'll start with you. Give us your name, what team you coach, and what What position you have? You're a head coach, assistant coach.
Hey, my name is Simon Crawford. I'm the 12U Rebels head coach.
Beautiful. Thanks for coming.
Oh, thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
I'm Shane Strunk. I'm the Rebels 10.
All right, great.
I'm Aaron Pratt. I am the head coach for the 10U team. I've got 2 daughters, 9 and 11 on the team. That's about it.
All right.
I went to New Mexico Highlands University.
All right. Got a land of enchantment rivals here.
Hi, Tricia Stan, head coach for the 14U team and assistant coach for the 10U team. And Tony Gant is also an assistant coach for the 14U team.
And last but not least, Rich Goodell. I'm assistant coach for the 14U.
Hey, all right. So, we'll start with you. What got you into coaching?
What got me into coaching? Most of these guys.
We hit these hard-hitting questions.
I am
here.
longtime assistant.
Baja League, as Aaron said. I think I first brought my middle daughter out to Simon to teach her how to play softball. She had a walking boot on her foot, and we said, get out there. And now, 5-6 years later, the rest is history. It's been fun.
Did you say your real daughter?
My middle daughter.
Oh, I thought you said I was about to say.
My real daughter. She's my real daughter and
How
middle
does that
daughter.
work? Okay.
So, those of you that coach multiple teams, 10U, 14U, 10U, 12U, what's the biggest difference in the skill level from the younger team to the older team? And what is your mission starting younger, and then since you're coaching both teams, all right, you're 10U, by the time you're 12U, I want you to do this, 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 and this.
It's a great Sunday. So it's really nice to see both areas, because I feel like as a 14U coach, one of the areas that is fine-tuning that mental toughness. I think that was one of our probably, as well as, obviously fine-tuning fundamentals, but also getting that competitive edge and making sure that they're mentally tough the entire time. So, and then at 10U, you're just really trying to foster some great fundamentals so they can rely on those as kind of more of a rote skill in a game. So they're able to feel that ground ball without thinking about it, and then know where they need to make the play if there's a runner on second or a runner on third, and knowing the situation. So yes, so they're able to rely on their rote skills, so they're able to be mentally tougher, more competitive, and
at this age level. And Coach Tony brought this really cool thing to our team about carrying the rope for one another. And it really, really set a tone for what we want to do as an organization, as a family. So, you also asked a question about how I got into coaching, how we got into coaching. And at the end of the day, for me, it was just sitting back watching someone else coach my kids, and it felt like that they were just showing up and kind of didn't have a plan,
going through the motions.
And I remember going home and complaining to my wife, and she said, well, you just need to shut up and do it. So that's how I ended up as a coach. But very thankful for these guys. Really set a great example for all the kids, and just really happy to be here.
I like that because a lot of people sit in the stands.
Bads, well, immediately Jesse, but some other guys, but seriously though, these guys, it didn't take a lot of begging. I just went and asked them, and they showed up, and they've been tremendous ever since. Huge assets, and not just to their own daughters, but to mine and others as well.
That's fantastic, because a lot of parents, they want to sit in the stands and correct everybody, but they don't have time, but they're at every practice and every game, but they don't have time.
Yep.
It's frustrating.
So let me ask you this, and this started a couple weeks back. We had Team Velocity on, very good organization, personal friends with the head coach and his wife. TYF's another one. There's not enough fields for these kids to play football because they got to share it with high school. Well, school's starting next week, and we're going to start doing high school football preseason. So it's like there's a zillion soccer fields, but there's not enough softball fields. There's not enough football fields. What is your feeling on this? So now Oro Valley's really good because they just built a new complex. Lincoln Park out on the east side, they've got a good facility out there, off of Pantano. But generally, there's not a lot of places, and I know that people that hold tournaments, Chris from Desert Thunder, I worked on the fire department with him. He does a lot of the tournaments. He's always like, man, do I go to Orme? Do I go to Sports Park? It's just like there's just not enough fields. What's your feeling on that?
Equal, and they really are. And probably the takeaway is when we were in Payson a couple weekends ago, for a town the size of Payson to outshow Tucson with just the sheer number
Payson's
of
a great place for a tournament.
Exactly, great atmosphere. Very, family gets together, small town feel. There's no reason why Tucson should do anything less.
Well, I agree completely. Tucson, you need to get your act together because, like you said, you're doing a disservice for these kids. And if you look at it, this year, and especially the year before, 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, all state champs from the 520 area code. You had Superior, you had Benson, you had Sarita, you had South Point, and you had Cienega. So the softball talent is here, and there's a lot of talent in Phoenix as well, but they take more pride in providing their mad respect for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Coach.
And we would be remiss if 14U at least didn't acknowledge two coaches who didn't come up. So
Coaches that are camera shy?
they're not shy in the dugout.
Okay.
So we have Aaron Sheba and we have Shane Nichols, who's in the back corner. So we really do break up the girls and stations. The more hands, the more reps they get, and that's what it's all about. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so while we're bringing the girls up, we'll finish up on our sponsors. Catalina Auto Recycling. Why buy new when used will do? For all your automotive needs, go to CatalinaAutoRecycling.com. David and I both have parts on our car from Catalina Auto Recycling. So if you think about it, once of thousands of dollars. She will beat the Nova Home Loans, the Sun Street Mortgages, so definitely give her a call. I also, with school starting, she is the one that does our Players of the Week calligraphy on the certificates, so we want to also acknowledge her and thank her for that. Jim Miller State Farm. I just talked to Jim the other day. He's a great friend, great sponsor. He just moved. They were at Wade and Silverbell. They're just up the road a little bit at Coachline in Silverbell in Continental Ranch, right next to the Pima Federal Credit Union. He's your one-stop shop for life, auto, home, renters, fire insurance. Look for the red VW in the parking lot and go bug him for a quote. You can go to mymaranaagent.com and get an online quote on mymaranaagent.com. Toa Trophy, 2 convenient locations to serve you, 6th Street and 6th Avenue, and the 5700 block. (270-7958), or you can go to A and then the number 2, A2Bteam.com, and definitely move the healthy way. Oasis Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your units are in tip-top shape. Call David Murrieta, 520-648-1755. New Stitch Embroidery, located just north of Pueblo High School, 3114 South 12th Avenue. For all your silk screening, embroidery, and fabric laser printing, call 520-741-1070 or go to newstitch.net, not .com. And last but certainly not least, I hear the other day, one of David and my favorite sponsors, Pat's Drive-In, Pat's Chili Dogs. You can't call yourself a Tucsonan unless you've eaten at Pat's Drive-In. They're at Niagara and Grande between St. Mary's and Speedway on Grande Avenue.
and outfield.
All right, terrific.
Hi, my name is Catherine. A lot of my friends call me Peaches. I go to St. Cyril's, and the positions I play are pitcher, second base, outfield, and sometimes third.
I grew up right behind St. Cyril's, over by the fire station.
My name is Jordan, and I go to Old Vale Middle School, and I play catcher and outfield.
Okay, great.
My name's Addie. I go to Canyon View Elementary School, and I play pitcher, second, and outfield.
Terrific.
My name's Elizabeth, and I go to Aces, and I play catcher, full space, and outfield. Having fun and teamwork and stuff like that. Having fun and playing with the team. And
The best thing about softball to me would probably be probably playing with my friends. Yeah.
Okay.
Mine is having fun and playing with my teammates. Mine is having fun and playing games with my friends.
All right. Well, I think you guys all hit the nail on the head. Having fun is the most important thing about sports, because if you're not having fun, you're probably going to play in the wrong sport. Or do we all agree with that? All right. So you guys are 10U? Okay. What made you choose softball over maybe another sport like volleyball or soccer or something like that?
So I kind of just started after them, and I really started to like the sport, and so yeah.
Cool.
I just tried it, and then I started loving it. I started out with soccer, and I found it wasn't the right sport for me, and I tried softball, and I just loved it.
Good answer.
I watched my sister play, so I decided I wanted to try it.
That's good, and you're glad you did, right?
I watched TV and softball turned on, and I thought it looked fun, so I tried it.
All right, good answers.
Way to go. So let me ask you this. Who is your favorite athlete? Doesn't have to be a softball player, just anybody. Matt Chapman? Okay.
I don't have one.
Well, come on now. You got to have somebody that you like.
I don't know anyone's names.
Do you know LeBron James? Do you know Michael Jordan?
No.
You never heard of Michael Jordan?
I have.
Those are two athletes that you just said you didn't know by his name, and I named two that you knew.
What about David Adams?
No.
No.
There's got to be somebody that you know that you just like. Not really?
No, not really.
Not even yourself?
No.
You don't like you?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's going to be hard to be good if you don't like yourself.
I just like everybody because they're so athletic.
You like to watch all different kind of sports?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
All right, so did you have something?
Yeah, what got you into? You said you did horseback riding?
Yeah, he's right. You're the first one we've ever had that had an equestrian background.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask you this: the Olympics are coming up next year. Equestrian sports with the jumping and the different things. Do you like to watch those type of things?
I do, yeah. It kind of boosts my confidence in my sports.
That's a good answer. All right, thanks. Okay. Everybody loves softball. Everybody loves sports, okay? There's something more important than sports, and we all know what it is, right? Okay. So we're going to start with you. Give us your best subject, the one subject you get straight A's in, and then give us a subject that you maybe need a little bit of work on this coming year.
I do really good in math.
Reading's hard.
Well, I have a B plus in reading.
Okay.
My favorite subject is math, and I don't really like social studies.
Okay, that seems to be the consensus here. All right.
So let me ask you this. If you found $1 million, what would you do with it?
I'd probably use it to help the community and use the things around me to work.
Okay. How about you?
I would put it into my scholarship for college.
Where are you going to school at for $1 million? You going to the Mars or?
Here.
College and high school? Okay.
I would give some to charity, and I would use it for high school too.
Okay. So I think one of you, I think nobody was, I think we were looking for an answer that nobody said. How about buying your parents a new house? All the stuff that they do for you, taking you to practice and everything. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, that'd be kind of nice. So let me ask you this: do you play any other sports?
No.
Do you like any other sports?
I like practicing tennis with my mom.
Really? I like tennis too.
I've never had that.
How about you?
I don't play any sports, but I used to play a lot of them. But I like volleyball too.
Okay.
Volleyball's a fun sport. help you a lot because you change directions, just like you do in softball, where sometimes they'll hit it to your left side, sometimes they'll hit it to your right side, and you got to be quick both sides of the. You can't be faster one side or the other. Basketball will help you with that. All right. Okay, funny question time. You guys are 10U, right? Okay, let me ask you this. Would you rather be a dragon, own a dragon, or slay a dragon? Anybody can start.
I would own a dragon.
Why?
Because I could fly it.
Sure.
And I could heat things up really fast.
I can heat things up really fast.
And that's all. And
Good.
I love that.
You got to.
I would make a shout out for my family. And yeah. I would give a shout out to my parents for always driving me to practice and helping with my sports.
That's a good one.
Shout out to my parents because, one, I love them. Two, they gave me the chance to do this, and yeah.
Okay.
My parents too, because they push me to get everything.
To be the best.
Mhm.
Good.
I would do a shout out to my parents because they help me with things I need to do the most.
All right. Great.
Sounds good.
All right. So thank you very much. And watch the 520sportstalk.com website. We'll have some preseason write-ups on different teams to watch and what they're going to bring to the table for the 2019 football season. So definitely check that out. Hi, ladies. How are you? Okay, and you guys are 12U? Yeah. Okay. And is this all the 12U? No. There's four more. Okay. All right. We'll start with you. We'll go this way. Give us your name, where you go to school, and what positions you play.
My name is Jasmine Martinez. I go to Gallego Intermediate, and I'm a pitcher and a third baseman.
Great.
My name is Angelita, and I go to La Paloma Academy, and I'm outfield and catcher.
All right.
My name is Brooke Wild. I go to Esperero Canyon Middle School, and
Those are good answers. And a lot of people just do it because their parents want them to do it. That's not a good answer. So do you play any other sports? Or do you even like any other sports?
Yes, I am on swim team, and next year I am playing basketball, soccer, and volleyball.
Nice.
That's great.
I play volleyball and basketball, and I was also on the swim team.
Okay.
I'm gonna play basketball and volleyball, and then I do cheer.
You cheer? All right.
I'm gonna try out for volleyball, and I'm interested in basketball.
And that's good to play other sports because each sport will teach you things that will help you in the other sport. Like volleyball will help you with hand-eye coordination. Swimming, you swam, you said? That's going to help you with an endurance. Different sports.
High school, and I also want to do softball in college.
All right.
I want to play sports in high school too, and I also want to play in college.
Where do you want to go to college?
Arizona?
Pardon me?
I don't know how to say it. Arizona? Tucson, Arizona.
University of Arizona?
Yeah, University of Arizona, yeah.
The one just down the street?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Okay.
That's fantastic that you have these aspirations to go on and play. And it's a very good chance that if you continue to improve, you get to go to college for free, and that's huge.
Now, who's the one that pitches no-hitters? Is that on the 14U or is that on your team? 14U? Okay. So, what I want to know is, you guys are playing all summer. School's about to start, but you're going to continue to play. What's the biggest
I hit it. I got a triple off of that, and then the catcher missed the ball right after, and I got the winning score at the end.
That's cool.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Would you rather strike somebody out to win the game or hit a home run to win the game?
Hit a home run.
All right. How about you?
Strike someone out.
Okay.
I would probably hit a home run.
Okay.
I would strike a girl out.
All right. So 50-50. That's good.
Okay.
You're going to win the game regardless. It's one's defense, one's offense, and there's no wrong answer. All right. Tell me, in your opinion,
Okay, this is going to tell me a little bit more about you. Who is your favorite athlete? It doesn't have to be a softball player, just somebody that you think really cool, great player, and you'd like to be great as them in whatever sport you choose.
Probably Deja Mulipola for the University.
Mulipola from the Wildcats. Yeah, great. She may be on the Olympic team.
was Alicia Hollowell. She played for the U of A
Hollowell,
team.
pitcher in
And
the early 2000s.
Okay.
Mine would probably be Jackie Robinson because like he never let anything like stop him.
That was huge.
That's a good answer.
I would say Jenny Finch.
Okay.
Okay.
All good answers. Jackie Robinson. It's fun to go to different cities and play kids from different cities, different states, isn't it? In order to travel, you need to go in a car. A car needs gas, right? What's your favorite gas station food and drink? Whether it's QT, Circle K, Quick Mart, 7-Eleven.
Probably QT.
And what do you like to eat and drink?
Probably Minute Maid lemonade and the Reese's snack mix.
Okay.
I have no idea.
You don't eat when you go to the store. You just sit in the car.
Yeah, kind of.
What do you eat and drink?
I like root beer and
Okay, so how many more groups do we have? 2 more? All right. Okay.
Shout out.
All right. So you can shout out to anybody in America because the whole nation can see you. So if you have friends and family in other cities or other states, here's your chance. I've had people shout out to their fish, their dog, their cat. You can do anybody you want.
Shout out to my mom, my dad, and my sister, and both my grandparents.
Are they all in Tucson? Where are they from? Where's Grandma and Grandpa live?
Grandma, 2 of them are in Oceanside, California, and the others are in Missouri.
All right, I'm a San Diegan.
a shout out to my grandparents in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Are they watching?
I think, yeah, I think so.
Well, Charlottesville. You play, that's a really neat feeling, isn't it? All right, so thank you very much for coming on. Definitely let us know how you do. If your parents or the coaches or anything have any action shots that you slide into home or diving and making a great catch or hitting a home run, make sure they send it to us. We'll put it on our 520 Sports Talk Facebook page, okay? Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we'll get the other half of the 12U team up here. Quickly, while we're changing squads, why don't you pan the crowd and show them this? We had the Scramblers on last week, and they had almost 100 people here, if not 100 people. There's definitely a good 50 or
Pitcher.
Nice.
I'm Sarah, and I'm a shortstop. I go to Tinker Verde.
Take a Verde. All right.
What is the best thing about playing softball?
The best thing about playing softball is spending time with all the great teammates on the team and learning new things.
Good answer.
Good answer.
I like softball because I like being loud, and you get to be loud on softball. So
That's a great answer.
I think the best thing about softball is getting to know new people and also learning from
Whether it's better hitting, better fielding, better footwork. If you're a pitcher, better assortment of pitches.
I'd say that I've learned how to do like better skills with catching.
Okay.
Like I started to learn how to block the balls
Block the balls. Okay, that's good.
from getting past me.
All right.
I've learned that
Well, what have you gotten better from the time you were 10 to the time that you're 12 now?
I've gotten better at like guarding the balls from getting past me
Okay.
in the outfield,
Okay.
and that when I'm playing first, I have to reach out more, so like
Okay.
I can get the person out.
Strike.
I used to play soccer, and then I started softball, but now I'm going to get into basketball. I'm going to play basketball at school as well as playing softball.
Good.
I play volleyball, and then I go to golf sometimes, just like as a fun activity. And my mom wants me to do basketball also at Emily Gray, and I don't really want to.
So
That will help you.
Hold on. You said you like to be loud. Well, how come you're so shy here? I don't understand.
Because I don't like talking in front of people.
So how do you be loud and not like talking? What do you do? Just
Because
how you do it?
I know the people better, like on softball.
I used to play soccer, but now I'm focusing on softball.
Now you're full-time softball?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right, so let me do one more sport question. Give me your primary position.
Well, outfield,
Outfield, which one?
right field.
Right field, okay. You got a runner on second, and you got a base hit to right field. Who's your cutoff person?
Second.
Second baseman. Good answer. Who's your primary position?
Center field.
Center field. Okay. Same question. Ball up the middle, base hit. You got a runner at second trying to score. Now, if you got a cannon. For
Yes, Miss Pitcher. Would you rather strike somebody out to win the game or hit a home run to win the game?
Strike somebody out.
Good answer.
Good answer.
I'm a shortstop.
Okay. All right. There's a runner at first. The ball's hit deep in the hole. You have to go a couple steps into left field to get the ball. Do you throw to second base because it's going to be a bang play? And if you don't, and if the runner's safe,
all of it?
Well, take some for myself.
Well, you see, you didn't say that. You said you're going to. That's what I'm saying. What would you do with it?
Take some for myself and then give the rest to charity.
Okay. How about you?
I would probably give some to my mom and dad. 'Cause-
Probably?
Yeah.
Are you for sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. And then I would save a little bit, like a couple thousand for myself.
A couple thousand.
And then I don't know what I would do with the rest.
Okay. How about you?
I'm not sure. There's a lot you could do with $1 million.
That's very true.
But I think there's a lot to be done at the softball fields that we play at.
And then I would do work on the softball fields.
good answer.
Okay.
I would get some more softball equipment and help with the fields.
What else? That'll take maybe $50,000-$60,000. You still got $940,000 left.
That's a lot of money.
Put it in my savings account.
Okay. It's hard to grasp how much $1 million is. I understand that when you're 12 years old and stuff. So ask your parents; they'll tell you what to do with it.
Nobody bought their parents a house. No, the five of you.
I was thinking about that.
That would have been a very nice thing to do. I'm just guessing.
Starts what, next week or the week after? What's the subject that mom and dad sat you down this summer and said, you need to get your grade up a little bit in this one? I'll start with you. What's your strongest subject, and what's the subject you maybe need to get your grade up a little bit?
My strongest subject is probably math,
Math, okay.
and I probably need to work on my reading.
Reading, okay.
My strongest subject is ELA, which is
What?
English.
English, okay.
And then my least strongest subject is math.
Okay.
My strongest subject is probably like history, and something I could probably work on is math.
Okay.
My strong
On the field and off the field. Does that make sense? All right. You got a funny question for him?
Let me think of a funny question. Okay. What is it? A ghost and a what? Okay. If you could choose between a ghost and a werewolf,
Be a ghost or a werewolf? Which one?
which one would you be and why?
A ghost.
Why?
Scare people?
Yeah, to scare people.
Werewolves can scare people too, though.
And you can turn back into a human.
Still a ghost.
Okay, ghost.
He's gonna stick with ghost.
Okay.
Just scare people.
I would be a ghost, so I can.
There we go.
I could change back into a human and live my normal life. Then at night I can go out and scare
When
people.
you want to scare people, you just turn back into a werewolf. It's a great
And
answer.
you only have a full moon a couple days a month, so the rest of the time you could be a human. That's good thinking.
Let me ask you this. It's not really a funny question, but I think the parents might be interested in this. It's a two-part question. What's the hardest thing about being a kid, and what's the coolest thing about being a kid? Anybody can start. Hardest thing about being a kid and the coolest thing about being a kid. Go ahead.
The hardest thing about being a kid is like going through change.
You three.
The hardest thing about being a kid is that you get pushed around by like your older siblings or like your
Okay.
parents. And then the easiest thing about
Coolest
being,
thing?
coolest thing about being a kid is that you don't have any bills to pay.
You're on your parents' dime. That's a great answer.
I think the hardest thing about being a kid is you have to listen to people.
Okay.
And that you don't really get to make as much decisions as
Okay, good
adults.
answer.
But I think the coolest thing about being a kid is you have more freedom, and you don't have to be you don't have to pay bills like she said.
You don't have as many
and you don't have
responsibilities.
many
That's
responsibilities,
a good answer.
Cool stuff. Huh? How about you don't have no bills to pay?
Everything's free. Your parents pay for it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Okay, let's we're gonna start with you, and you can give a shout out to anybody you want to give a shout out to.
I want to give a shout out to my family, who some live in California, some live in Texas, moving.
What part of California?
San Bernardino.
What is it?
San Bernardino.
San Bernardino, and what part of Texas?
Houston.
Dallas or Houston?
Houston.
Okay, all right.
But they're moving.
Are they watching?
I don't know.
Well, make sure you tell them to watch, okay? Because this will be on, as soon as we get done here live, we'll put it on the page and they can watch it. You
And
Where do they live?
Oregon.
In Oregon. Are they watching? Did you tell them you're going to be on?
I'll tell them.
All right.
I want to give a shout out to my family that live in Philadelphia and Portland.
Philadelphia and Portland. Hopefully they're watching.
I'm going to give a shout out to my aunt and my grandma and my cousin.
Do they all live here?
No, well, my grandma lives here, and then my cousin and aunt live in Tennessee.
Tennessee. All right. Great.
I'll give a shout out to my aunt and uncle and my cousins.
Here in town?
They live in California.
Where apart?
I don't know.
You don't know where apart? You never go see them?
I was really young when I went.
She's throwing no-hitters like nobody's business, so we're going to definitely ask her some questions. Hi, guys. How are you? Cool. All right. Thanks for coming on the show. Is this the whole 14U team? We got more? Okay, cool. All right, but we saved the best team for last, right? All right. I can appreciate that. Okay, so you three share this mic, and you three share that mic. You can start. We'll start with you. Give us your name, where you go to school, and what position you play.
My name is Paige Hammerstrom. I go to school at Emily Grant. I'm shortstop.
Did your dad work for the fire department? Okay, because I knew a Hammerstrom when he worked for
I want you to tell me, we're going to go this way. Tell me, what is your favorite thing about playing softball?
My favorite thing about softball is like the thrill of winning and losing with your team.
My favorite thing about softball is probably just getting to know everybody and like the thrill of winning, and then just
Striking people out?
Throwing no hitters.
My favorite thing is like the friendships you make along the way, and like the competitiveness of it, how fun it is when you win and stuff like that.
Now you go to Cienega, you said?
No, I go to Sabino.
Sabino,
That's
good softball team. I mean, state champions.
Yeah, they won state.
My favorite thing about playing softball is just winning. I just love winning, and the people around me just make it way more fun.
Cienega. All into softball.
It was a harder transition to go from a smaller ball to a bigger ball, but it was just like, because it's easier to hit a bigger ball after you learn from a smaller one, so.
Probably harder to throw, but easier to hit?
Yeah.
Okay. Forgot where I was going with this. All right, so give me your primary position again.
Catcher.
All right. You got a runners at the corners, first and third. Tie game. You know the runner at first is going to take off because he wants you to force that throw down to second. Hopefully it's either a bad throw, or if there's a speedy runner at third, they can go home for either the go-ahead. Back to third before you throw to second. Because they're going to have big eyes as soon as they see the ball going to second. You want to ask a situational question?
So you play pitcher, correct?
Yeah.
Would you rather strike somebody out to win the game or hit a home run to win the game?
Probably hit a home run to win the game.
Offense, I love it. Especially for a pitcher. That
Yeah,
would
exactly.
really be cool.
Exactly. We'll get back to you on those no-hitters.
You said you play third?
Yes, I play third.
Okay. Would you rather have a diving catch, throw the runner out at first,
I love outfielders. I'm going to give you two defensive questions. You go back to the fence and you rob somebody of a game-winning home run,
Yeah.
or somebody hits a gapper and you cut it off in left center and throw the runner out trying to score from second.
Rob the home run. I gotta rob it.
yeah, I like that. That would be much cooler to me. Exactly. 'Cause they-
Position?
Right field.
Okay. You said right.
Yeah.
They hit the ball through the gap.
Yeah.
Would you rather throw
win the game, or as a hitter, slide into second and break up the other team's double play, and the runner from third comes home to win?
Slide into second and break up the other team's double play.
My girl.
That was. See, the interesting thing is you guys wanted to do the coolest and not the standard thing. You know, you could have said, yeah, strike somebody out, but no, you picked something that's totally different, and that was really neat to see you guys pick things that weren't basically normal for what you guys could do, just something exceptional, and that's good. So let me ask you this. What other sports do you like or play?
I play volleyball for my school, and over the summer I do swim team.
Do you
A lot
like
of swimmers on
is
this field.
softball your
Well, I got a question for you. Would you rather win a high-profile club tournament, say in San Diego or Las Cruces or Phoenix or Las Vegas, or would you rather win a state championship?
State championship.
Why?
You just get known because gals from college go to high school games and they watch championship games, and just easier to get known.
And you can walk around Tucson
Yeah,
or
and
Vail
like-
and stuff and like, that's right. Good answer.
I like watching baseball and volleyball. I think those are very interesting. And baseball because like I understand what's
Sure.
going on. Yeah, I don't play any other sports though.
Currently I'm playing just club softball, but during the school year I played
you're with your schoolmates when you win a state championship. Not that club ball is bad, but I think when you're with people 9 months a year, 8 hours a day, it's pretty cool to do something that special with some people that you spend so much time with. All right, here's my next question. You found $1 million. What would you do with it?
If I found $1 million, I would donate most of it to charity, and then I would try to invent like a catching helmet with air conditioning.
That's a great answer.
Catchy helmet with air conditioning. Nobody else has thought of that, so
Never had that answer.
Nice cars. I feel bad because I wouldn't donate any of it.
Really?
I feel like a bad person now.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I'd probably get like some nice stuff, but just like enough to set me for life, maybe.
There you go.
Yeah,
Nothing
pay
wrong
for
with that.
college, stuff like that.
There's no wrong answers, by the way.
My turn? Okay, so I would split it in half, and I would save some for college, and then I would buy shoes and clothes, and I
You
love
know how much
shoes.
clothes and shoes you can buy with $500,000?
I mean, see the fit right now? Ooh, I look good.
Yeah, they buy a lot.
Okay, so I'd put like a quarter of it, like for me to spend it.
Sure.
And then I put the rest like away. I'd probably go on another business trip. Like we call them business trips sometimes when like we're going on.
This show. This is the young lady that's throwing no-hitters like crazy. What have you done to improve your pitching style from maybe, lower down 12U up to maybe last season up till now? And what is your best pitch?
Well, I got a new pitching coach. Her name is Martin Bell, and she's been helping me a lot. I mean, I have pitching lessons twice a week usually for about an hour, and it's been really helping. I mean, we mostly do a lot of drills, just work on new pitches, hitting spots. So I've got a fastball, changeup, rise ball, and drop ball.
Okay.
I'd say my most effective pitch is probably a rise ball.
Okay.
It's a good strikeout pitch. So
Soon. Two-part question. Do you want, I'm sure I know the answer to the first one. Do you want to play softball at the next level?
Uh-huh.
Doesn't matter if it's JC, D1, 2, 3, whatever, okay? And what would be your dream college, not only academically, because we got to think about, if I want to be an aerospace engineer, I'm not going to go to a college that has a great softball team, but they don't have my degree. So you see where I'm going with that?
I haven't thought too much about college, but I definitely want to play softball in college. And I'd say maybe Oregon for a school.
Oregon, okay, good school.
Yeah, I'm only in 8th grade, so it's like college isn't that big of a thought. I'd probably, sports-wise, U of A.
Okay.
I like their softball team.
as of softball-wise, I was thinking about Oregon, UCLA, and Washington, but I haven't really thought that far ahead about it.
Okay.
Because I mean, I can't plan for the next day, so I can't plan for 8 years ahead.
Good answer.
Yes, I would like to play softball in college. The college that I would like to go to is U of A because I would like to be a doctor or dermatologist when I grow up, and they have a very good medical school.
Very good medical school.
That's fantastic, you guys. It's nice to see that you guys got goals for yourself and aspirations, because a lot of people, they don't have goals and they wonder why they end up where they end up because they don't have something that they're shooting for. That's fantastic. So, after you're done with your softball career, wherever it ends, high school, college, professional, whatever, what would you like?
And so it would be cool to be a hitting coach professionally, from like him being one for me. So
Let me ask you this. You want to be a lawyer. Do you like to argue?
yes, that's what my parents say. I love to argue.
Good answer.
All right, so I've been choosing between two, so like a physical therapist or like a doctor.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I would like to become either like a pilot or a airline stewardess. I think that'd be really fun. Be up in the air. Yeah. I could either be like a psychologist. That sounds fun.
What about a flying psychologist?
I know I can talk to people in the air.
I think right now I want to be a doctor, like a surgeon, most of all.
Okay.
And maybe a coach, but I don't know how much my job would let me do that. So.
All right. So let's kind of.
I think I need to excel in mostly math and science.
Got to learn biology. Got to learn the body.
If I want to be a doctor, I definitely got to excel in math, and then physical therapist. I don't know, just gotta science.
Psychology or something.
Yeah. Like for psychology, like I think I need to excel in like language arts. I need to know how to talk to people and like have like sound professional.
For a pilot?
Math and science, I think.
Aeronautics, yeah.
Yeah. And I need to do that for be a stewardess too. You know.
Okay.
I need to know how to talk to people. I need to know.
Good answer.
Well, like for in future classes, I've heard that like
Mike.
The next question will be softball specific, so something in line.
Like people that smoke.
I don't like coconut. I'm just gonna go with that right now.
Right.
I'm just gonna start. I really do not like coconut.
All right. Don't go to Hawaii.
I have a really long list of things I don't like, but I'll just say I really don't like English at school.
Me neither.
And I don't like people who walk slowly because I always flat tire them and then they get mad because they can't walk any faster. So, All right,
Prankster here.
Yeah,
I don't like people
I just
who-
flat tire
okay.
them if they walk too slowly.
I don't like when people don't try hard, but they complain about not getting like good grades or
Be quiet.
Give us an example.
Wednesday, like, we went on a trip to Catalina Island as just a class, and we were all sleeping in one room because they didn't have anywhere else for us. Some people could not stop talking, and we were all really tired except for these few people that were talking really loudly while we're all trying to sleep. I don't.
That could be annoying.
I have one more thing to add. I really hate when people talk about themselves over and over. Like, if you talk about yourself a little bit, that's okay. But like when they brag about how like good they are at things, or like when they just talk about themselves too much, we don't really care.
All right.
Sorry, that was mean. But
Coaches make you do that you absolutely hate.
Okay, so before every practice, we stretch, right? And then if we have a day where we wear shorts and like we just wear shorts, no pants, we have to do 4-3-2-1s.
What is that?
So you start at home. You go to first 4 times.
Run,
You go to
running.
second, like running, sprinting. You go to second 3 times. Go to third 2 times, and go to home 1 time.
Kind of like the suicide in basketball.
Yeah, so it's just like a cycle.
There was one drill, this running drill for that on a team that I played on before this, that it was called a W, and you had to run from home to foul pole, back home to the center field fence, back home to the other foul pole, back home in under a minute.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah, it was a sprint. We had to do it 3 times in a row. It was painful.
And that's on a 200-foot field.
Yeah. So sometimes we do this one drill. So we have one person in outfield, one person at one of the corners as a cutoff, and then 2 people at catcher. So you go down. There's 2 sides, and the person in the outfield position, they catch the ball, throw it to the cutoff, and the cutoff throws it home. Then the cutoff has to run home. The catcher has to run to outfield, and outfield has to run into cut. And we keep doing that.
Okay, and you know why that is? Because they want to make you proficient at different positions.
I would say my least favorite drill is pretty much any running drill. I do not like running. Yeah, no.
I agree with that.
We don't like running, but we do it a lot.
That's true.
You can't play softball. can do a funny question. Those are such a question. Come on now.
Go ahead.
All right. You guys like to eat, right? You're teenagers.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Always
Give me
eating
your
the dugout.
2 favorite places to eat, whether it's fast food, a restaurant, grandma's cooking, mom's cooking, and one's got to go the rest of your life.
All right, we got Sauce, and then we got Cane's.
Sauce and Cane's, okay? Which one goes?
I gotta say Cane's. Cane's gotta go.
We go to Frost sometimes.
Frost, what is that?
It's a gelato place. It's
Okay.
right across from where we play and practice. And
Answer.
I say EG's or Bahama Bucks.
These are your Bahama Bucks, okay?
I'll say Bahama Bucks.
Okay.
My 2 favorite places would have to be EG's and Cane's.
Which one goes?
Cane's.
Cane's, you're out. All right.
Now we're going to take some time to give a shout out to whoever you want to.
I would like
Anywhere
to
on
give
the
a
planet.
shout out to my mom for always pushing me to be the best.
I want to give a shout out to Coach Trish she was my first pitching coach for a while, and then I would also like to give a shout out to my other pitching coach, Coach Marn, for helping me along through when I wasn't doing very well in pitching.
All right.
With us today, so they're a big part of the team as a whole. It can't be one without the other. So
Good answers. And I want to compliment those of you who play up. Okay, that's a big thing with me. It's like, doesn't matter if you're hitting 600 and you're 12, you need to go play 16 and bat 250 and learn the speed of the game and stuff. That's only going to make you better. So thank you very much for being on.